mash up me life. You mash up me life.
Boss, 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 boss.
I watch nothing, just watch me.
Hey Sophia babes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your girl Toni-Ann Sophia, and I'm back with another video today. I know it's been a while, but I didn't for take a break because you know 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 8. So I'm back, hopefully for good this time. But today's video, I'm gonna tell you how it was like for me being in a uniform school all my life. My 18 years on this earth, I've always been to a school wear uniform, okay? Jamaica didn't give us that leverage to wear clothes, okay? But so I'm gonna tell you guys what it was like and what I experienced and all of that. So if for the first time you see me, you need to stop where I do and
Like, share, subscribe.
alright, give you enough time. So when I was a child, like a baby, the first school I went to was a school in a Grady Park. I don't know it name, I don't remember it name, but our uniform, it was a basic school at the time. It still is a basic school, but maybe just tell you what I remember. So I went to that school at first, then I started going to Little Einstein's Learning Center, which is my mother's school, guys. And I was actually the first student to be enrolled at that school. So a little backstory of how Little Einstein came about. My mother owned the school. Back then, Little Einstein was just an idea, and she executed it by, at our house where I currently live, she took the veranda and turned it into a school. I was the only student at the time. Then she got a teacher to help out, and from there the school grew. We turned the house into a school, like downstairs was a school and upstairs was our living quarters. And over the years, you know, she got a building for herself, and yeah, so that's where it come about. I wasn't at that school for very long though. I actually started going to St. Teresa Preparatory School. That St. Teresa Preparatory School, it's like it has 2 kindergarten, like 2 levels of kindergarten. Then it has grade 1 to 6. So I went to that school like straight through, but for that school, when I like it just hard to get in. I don't know if anybody have a problem with that school here, but it was just like really hard to get into that school for some reason. I don't know why, but I got into school. I did all of my 8 years there. It was really fun. I would definitely say it really molded me into who I am now, because when we got to school there, I have to say, I'm not chat back one. Never chat that. Me did well done. You that think a girl that go on prep school should have smart? Not I. Me did well done, so
Done, and I'm bossy.
like I never used to care about schoolwork. I used to just go school for just to go school sake and for just see my friend them and hang out with them. Like every day I get licking a hand nigga and I rub it out. Like, I just go school for go school sake. Like, all I used to do in prep school was get lunch money, go to school, buy things, read Wattpad, I tell you, I used to love read back then time there. What me love read, me love read Wattpad. School button I see my face. Me used to like take one whole day and I read out a 200 chapter book. Anyways, so what I could say about intro prep is that when I reached grade 5, that's when I started to settle down and started to do work. Because you know, grade 5, grade 6, grade 5 mostly that prepare you for GSAT.
Put it in a slow mo. Wait, do that over again.
Me not do what I want there, that sense.
Do it now. I'm in edit it. Ready?
Me not do it over what
So this was 2014. Started Alpha. Their uniform was very similar to St. Teresa's own. Only thing that was changed was the skirt was now a tunic, and the shoes was brown and the socks was brown. So yeah. So I went to Alpha now, and in first farm whenever I know persons at my old school that were going to Alpha, but me and them never did talk like that. So you know, when you go into a new environment and you see people that you know you have a growth to them. So went to Alpha and I grew attached to those persons. For just couple the first month I would say. And then I started to make some friends on my own and branch off, and yeah, I would say even though St. Teresa molded me, Alpha broke me out. No joke about it. When I started Alpha, I start here say, oh, KC boy, them think we're animal. They used to call the place zoo because at that time Mr. Singh was our principal, and he used to always say, at the end of the day, he always say,
Teachers, please release the girls.
so people used to always think, say, as who this, you know, release people, or so I got a best friend in second form, that's Nicadia. Then I started become close in a second form. Was a wild journey, very wild. In second form, I got picked for PERIAD program. They changed it now to Alpha Achievers, but me like PERIAD program better. It just so I got picked for that, and what that basically is they make you sit 3 C6 subjects in fourth form. So you had like 2 years. 2 years to study the course, and then in the fourth form you'll sit those C6 subjects. So how they did it was 10 girls from each class, and there were 6 classes, 10 girls from each class, which is 60. That's how they pick them. So the first top 10 girls in each of the 6 classes, they pick them for the program. And you can either choose if you want to do the program or not. I do the program, so yeah. So you know, it's a second form, really get little sense for, you know, get picked. If you know the other little sense, they usually get picked. But one perception of that PERIAD program was people used to think that, oh, if you do it in a PERIAD, you're not smart. That's a lie, because a lot of persons never settle down in a second form. People start settling down in a third form, fourth form, fifth form. So that was just a perception that I just never really agree with. So third form came, me really settle down, because it's like we did a lot of subjects from first to third form. I think we did like 16 subjects in first form, and probably 16 in second, and probably 14 in third. Like, the reason why you had to do a lot of subjects to see which subjects you liked, because in third form you had to choose 8 subjects that you want to do in fourth and fifth form. That's how it is in Jamaica. So me didn't really settle down in a third form, like really settle down, because I say, yo, I have PERIAD next year, and I really want to have good grades, because me really determined. Like, I was saying, yo, may I take my schoolwork serious, because I want to transfer out of this school. I can't stand these girls. Never take the transfer, because I thought my grades weren't where I wanted them to be, but I could have take the transfer, but you know, I always have to hold myself back. So in third form, I was on top of all of my notes. Like, couldn't play with me and my notes. Missed out a day yesterday. Tomorrow I come and I take notes, period. Yeah, on top of my notes, I would say my favorite subjects at the time was IT. Love IT. Still love IT up to this day, but yeah, IT and math. Because in third form you got to choose the subject that you want to do. So you did a lot of subjects from first form to third form. So in third form you can be sure of the subjects that you know you are strong in and you want to do. So in third form now, there are 3 mandatory subjects you had to do at my school. You had to do English A, English B, and math. So you had to choose basically 5 more subjects. So I chose IT, Add Math, Geo, Chemistry, Visualize, and yeah, that's it. So with my school now, usually persons don't get to do Add Math. You can't get to choose Add Math. So the reason why I got Add Math is because in third form, if you have an A average, you can get to do Add Math. That's it, period. So fourth form came now, and I was saying I'm going to take my work serious, and I did take my work serious in starting a fourth form. I don't know if you're not here to find, but if you're not here to find, ignorant, because it's really hard. So took my work seriously in the starting of 4th form, and then I don't know, it just did go downhill from there. So like I don't know. So I did start call out visual arts class because I just never like visual arts. I started to choose it, but that's where things you know, I just go up on the day and draw something. You have to draw 12 SBAP. 12. Call out the class, never like nobody in the class, never have no friend in the class, never like the teacher, so I'm just call it. Then I was doing PERIAD that year. Me and the social study teacher just never did a good see, so that's just an extra stress. So I'm just up there, I'm just stressed out, come here and say nobody at school don't like me, what is going on, what is really going on. Anyways, done with 4th form now, 5th form come. And I got my first iPhone. I got an iPhone 7 Plus. You know, really well hyped for the phone, not hype.
Period! 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 Period!
So yeah, I got my first iPhone. And you know say Alpha, you get iPhone, people just start looking at you and say, like, I don't know why. I don't know if this happened at other school, but at my school, I tell you, people are materialistic, but like them feel like says only certain people for have good nice things. I don't understand that. Anyways, them are legit bad mind you if you have. Alright, at my school, them are legit bad mind you if you get $1,500 for lunch money every day. Simple stuff like that. Anyways, school is just very toxic. So 5th form came now, and the only science subject for me that do chemistry, and the man dropped me. I did feel away. I'll go to the man and beg him back for Ken. Him say no. And I say, look at you. Him don't give a Ken, I did hurt. But anyways, all the better. More free session for me. So when I get reported to me that's called visual arts, so I have to start go visual arts class now. And yeah, and in a 5th form, I'm tell you, me never like English class, cause for English A and English B I had the same teacher. I never liked the class. I don't know why. I just never liked the class. So any event that kept during school hours and they were leaving campus, me and my friends, so she gone, like gone, and yeah. And then I had my nice clean 7 Plus. Then one mysterious day I went to town with my friends and I put the phone in my pocket because my friend that used it before. I'm saying I'm just put it in my pocket, never had to think. Push up in a bus, and girl don't push up in a bus. Let me tell you that right now. Girl don't push up in a bus. But I push up in a bus at time, you know, I flip on my head, my big head. Push up on the bus, reach on the bus. Where is the phone? I cannot find. In the bus, well vexed. Them just go and call me and tell me that. Call me and tell me that she just laugh after me. Feel like shit, you see. But anyways, I actually went away in April. That was 1 month before exam starts. Went away and I got my phone that I have now. That's when I got it. I got it that time, so I got an 8 Plus. Yeah, and I'm really like that phone here, you know. I'm going to trade it for nothing else, but I don't want to look at upgrade because, you know. Yeah. So yeah, that was my 5 years at Alpha. Came out of my 5 years with 10 subjects, and I also graduated. I don't know if some school graduation is mandatory, but at Alpha it is not, okay? I'm telling you, it's not. You have to reach a set criteria for you to be considered a graduate. I'm telling you. Firstly, you have to submit all your SBAs. You have to complete 40 hours or more, but minimum 40 hours of community service, and that has to be submitted in 5th form for you to graduate. And you have to ensure that your disciplinary problems, you don't really have that. And me kind of did if you were 1 year. I never did bad, but we used to get called up for some silly situations. And the other one is you can't be absent and late too many times. I would say them give you like, if you're absent or late for more than 20 times, then you're not eligible to be a graduate. I passed that criteria and my friends passed that criteria, which was a blessing, because on the day when we were supposed to collect the paper to see if we graduated or not, we didn't really think about all the bad things they want to do leading up to this day. And I said, Father God, I really want to graduate. I really know someone with the white shirts. God, please. And I graduated, so. But graduation now, that's just a different thing. The other thing say after you do your subject then you're stress free no baby boo. You have to do 1 whole month of graduation practice basically, and all you're basically doing is wearing heels every day to practice. You legit a practice of do this side and repeat until you reach up at the step, until you reach your seat on the podium. That's all you're doing. And if one person mess it up, everybody have to start over. You know things say, you know, I look a step, people are catch it. No girl, them girl there, even though them the see that them it tough. Anyways, so I had to do that every single day, 3 or 4 times a day. Then we had to know the program out of our heads. I'm telling you, we had to know when to stand up to sing the song. We had to know when each row had to get up to go down to collect their certificate, and which step to use when collecting this and collecting that, when you're coming up with it was just a lot. We had to practice. But you know, graduation day came and that was the last days of Alpha. Would it happy like everybody? So you know, I left high school with 10 subjects, you know, and then I went to Queen's lower 6th form. So I went to Queen's and I actually got to do the subjects that I wanted to do. So going to 6th form now, you're actually doing CAPE. Otherwise, when you were in high school, I did CSEC. Okay, so you're doing CAPE now, which is more money and harder. But this year we get spare because we own the paper one because of Corona. So this year I did CAPE in 6th form, and the perceptions of 6th form, a lot of persons were saying is 6th form is a waste of time. You basically pay